And we're live on YouTube on the San Antonio College YouTube channel. I'm Hot Mustard. This is Speaking of SAC. We're joined here this morning with Dr. Robert Vela, the president of San Antonio College. Good morning.
Good morning, Hot Mustard. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Great to hear.
Nice cloudy weather today.
Just the way I like it.
Yes. Tomorrow, it's going to be the same. It's going to be windy and 20 degrees cooler.
I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to that. I know we're easing into spring and then potentially summer here quickly. So any weather that we can hang on to that's got a little, resemblance of winter, I'm on board because I know it's fixing to end for a while.
We have to wait a good while for
exactly.
Speaking of getting back, San Antonio College is considering the return to campus plan. Everyone got an email, and my phone started ringing. What's going on? I was like, I don't know. Well, read the email.
There's a lot in there, right?
It's a lot. It's heavy. Well, I mean, we've been in this remote environment for so long. So when you get an email, bam, return to campus plan, it's kind of like a deer in headlights. You're like, wait a minute. Because you have some that are, that have become accustomed to the remote. You have some that they can't wait to get back. Some that want to go back, but they just want to ensure the safety of it all.
Exactly.
So let's unpack. Let's unpack this a little bit.
So let me tell you a little bit about kind of where this came from. As you know, at Alamo Colleges and specifically at SAC, we have been operating under a level 5, where the city has gone to a level 1, right? So we, have been very thoughtful about not moving at least this semester to, disrupt the semester and get people kind of off balance a little. So we left everything at a level 5. Well, it's time. Our commitment was to align our levels with the city levels, right? And Metro Health guiding the way, and we're ready to start doing that. So as a result, what the incident command team has done, which I'm a part of, this is I'm on the rotation now, to start to slowly ease into that alignment with the city and Metro Health and what Metro Health says we need to be at and should be at in a very safe way. So part of the strategy was to ease into that level 1 for the fall. So how do we go from a level 5 to a level 1 in such a short time frame, right? Because we only have a few months and then the summer, and then we're right back into fall. So the plan is to move to a level 4 beginning May 3rd, which is about 10% face-to-face capacity. And then we move into a level 3 on May 31st, which is about a 25% capacity. And then we move into a level 2 beginning July the 6th, which is about 50% capacity. And then and then slowly there, as we begin to move into August, we could go as high as anywhere from 60, 65, 70%. Level 1 is up to 100%, so it's between 50 and 100. So anything between 50 and 100 is considered a level 1, Hot Mustard. So, I mean, we could be at 55% a face-to-face and still be at a level 1, right? So that's, I think I know folks get caught up maybe with the level, say, oh my God, level 1 means 100%. Level 1 means up to 100%. We haven't made that call to go to 100%. We are just basically leaving it to the colleges to, based on their programming, based on their instructional needs and things that we need, will determine how far we can go. I can tell you at SAC, we are probably going to be at about 60 to 65% face-to-face on instruction, and probably mirror that with student services and other services. So it's not a perfect kind of thing. We got to kind of watch it and see what it does, and then see if we need to scale up or scale back down. Obviously, you and I know that the moment we make a decision is the moment we pivot the next week, right? So,
it has happened in the past. Last summer, I believe we had a huge campus meeting, and then the next day it was scratch all of that. The mayor made an announcement.
Right.
That happened again,
Right.
believe earlier this year, I think.
Yes. Yes.
So these things do happen. It's an ever evolving situation.
Yeah.
Are students going to be able to say opt out of a face-to-face class if they don't feel safe or they don't feel comfortable?
No, that's a great question. I think right now, as students are working with their advisor or their mentor, they need to be picking courses that are very comfortable for them. So we have a cadre of modalities within our course offerings, right? You can sign up for a face-to-face if that's what you want to do. You can sign up for a remote, which is, where you sit in a structured kind of, it's an online environment, but the classes and the times are already predetermined and you just show up via Zoom. Or you could sign up for an online class if that's what you choose, where you can kind of do the work at your own pace and meet the deadline. So it's, we structured it in a way where students have a choice. If they want to come, they can sign up for the face-to-face. If they want to stay remote, they can stay remote. So they'll decide and they'll make a decision about what's best for them.
Bailey Davis on the YouTube channel has a question. Social distancing and class sizes. So if you normally have a class size of, say, 28 people, is that going to be the norm going into the fall semester? Is there going to be 28 people? Is social distancing still going to be in place? Is that number going to be reduced? How is that going to work?
That's a great question, Bailey. And for one of the things that we've been looking at is what has the guidance been from CDC, right? And CDC did make a recommendation, but it was K-12 for the 3-foot rule, right? So they did not include higher ed in that recommendation. So right now we are going to operate and continue to stay within the 6-foot rule. Now, that could change between now and fall. I mean, we could get a recommendation from CDC or Metro Health allowing colleges to stay within 3 feet as long as you've got masks or face shields or you've got other appropriate PPE and safety protocols. I know some of the colleges, some of the local universities are moving back to normal, which means they're not requiring a 6-foot distance anymore, right? So we're not ready to make that move quite yet. We want to be very careful and thoughtful. We feel we've got a little bit more time to really look at what that's going to do and get the right guidance and the right information. So I wish I had an answer for you, Bailey, that we could say we're going to stick with a 6-foot through through the fall. We know we'll stick with a 6-foot this summer, but we need to see what CDC and Metro Health will guide us for the fall. So we're watching that very, very carefully. That is a point that we're looking at. I know for a fact that our colleges are working out a 6-foot plan and a 3-foot plan, just in case, whatever guidance we get from CDC or Metro Health. But obviously that's one of the things that we're watching, and that could be a decision point that pivots later in the summer.
Has there been any discussion for, classes to be face-to-face with the social distancing, but also have flow over for Zoom? So where face-to-face would be going on, they're broadcasting the teacher to Zoom and recording it for those who may not be in class.
I think, for a fact, those types of approaches are being used specifically in our technical education programs, where we may not have the amount of social distancing in a lab where students can get a combination of Zoom and face-to-face. So that's what we call kind of a hybrid approach. We do have that approach, Hot Mustard, and we use it very intentionally for the type of courses we need. But those are commonly used a little bit more in our career and technical education programs.
Okay. Let's see. So definitely check your course offerings.
Yes.
See what is available. If you do want Zoom only and you can't find Zoom only for the fall, probably internet courses would be another good course of action.
Right. And I think if students want to ease into this and say, well, I don't want to take my 12 hours all face to face, I'm still not ready to make that decision. You may want to consider one, right? You may want to consider one and kind of see what it feels like. Obviously, I can assure our students, faculty, and staff that the SAC environment, our safety protocols, our PPE are second to none, and we have been doing a great job with ensuring that we have no transmission at SAC and we have no community spread at SAC. It's been very done very well over the last year, because we have had students and faculty and staff on campus this whole time. And we've done really well, but it's now we're going to start to scale up. Another thing that we're doing is that we're entering into a contract in a partnership with community labs, where they will be available at each of the colleges for any student, faculty, or staff that wants to get tested to see if they're positive or not. Right? There are a lot of folks that may be asymptomatic and don't know, and we're going to make it available so that you can get tested and have results, hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours. So we're moving as just another layer of being proactive to give people options and choices about ensuring a safe environment for them. But I can assure you that everyone at SAC is working hard to be sure that we can onboard all our students, faculty, and staff as we pivot into these new levels of the return to campus plan.
Yeah, and if you want more information, head on over to alamo.edu/return to campus. Let's see.
Hot Mustard, I wanted to share also, because I know there's a lot of questions. This is a lot, like you said, to unpackage, but we are going to be having some remote sessions for faculty, staff, and students to go into more details about these plans. So I know I can't cover everything. I'm kind of, you and I are talking at a much higher level, but at some point we will have another session, just like we had these summits, and we will get into some of the specificity and some of the details around these plans so that students, faculty, and staff feel empowered and know exactly what they're going to expect.
Definitely. And so for employees, existing remote work requests have been extended until July 15th.
Yes.
Keep that in mind as well. And it's difficult to talk on it, the return to campus, because a lot of it may not happen.
Right.
We're planning.
Yes.
For good intentions.
Yes.
We hope numbers decrease. We hope vaccine levels go up. And it does take some time. And our timeline, I think, is pretty reasonable, given that we can get those vaccines out.
Right.
So, fingers crossed. That's the best I can do at this point.
That's the best anyone can do at this point. I like the way you said it. Everything is well intended for our students, right? And our faculty and staff. It's just simply one of these things where you feel like you've set something and then you got to pivot, right? And then it makes you look like, well, it's just the nature of the job that we've been in and the work that we've been doing to pivot with so many layers of decisions, so many things to consider. But I do want to commend our Alamo Colleges district as a whole. We have been very careful, very thoughtful about onboarding, about coming back to college, right? So much more so than a lot of the other universities and other organizations in our city. So I think that's a plus, and I want to commend our leadership for the Board of Trustees, Dr. Flores, and all the presidents that work tirelessly to ensure the safety of each of their students. It's just that we're being very careful, and I'd rather pivot and disrupt some plans than go forward in a plan that is not a healthy, a safe plan. So if we just need to rearrange some things, it's a headache. It's a lot of work. I know the folks putting those plans put a lot of pride and a lot of effort into those plans. It's very frustrating when we need to pivot because you've got to restart all over again. but I'd rather pivot and put the frustration on, ourselves and on paper, rather than set up an environment where our faculty, staff, and students could be potentially at risk. We never want to do that. So we're always going to be cautious, and we're always going to pivot when it comes to the safety and health of our students, faculty, and staff.
Definitely. Sync and Eco Centro will hold a mocktail mixer today. It's open to students from all San Antonio colleges and universities. Great place to meet other like-minded people in the area. This is going to be from 6 to 8.
So when you say like-minded people, these are people that have a deep passion and a deep caring for our environment, right?
Yes.
And I think a lot of us have that in there, but there are some people that really make that their life mission, right? These are great people that challenge us to make good, solid decisions about the environment. So again, if you have that in you and you want to protect the environment, this would be a great mixer for you today.
Definitely. Those who care about the environment, want to promote sustainability. It's definitely a big thing. I made a greenhouse out of pallets. and my patio furniture is made out of pallets that I broke down as well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty cheap.
Hey, well, those pallets are made pretty well, right? Because they last forever, right?
Yes, you really just need a crowbar and some water seal. You're good to go.
Well, I hear now you're getting into staining and all kinds of stuff, so I can only imagine how beautiful that's going to look once it's all done.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the Eco Centro mocktail mixer today, check out their Facebook page. Or also, if you're a San Antonio College student, check out the newsletter. You get a newsletter every week. Be sure to check your email account in ACES. The Women's History Month Committee will host a Zine Making 101 workshop with members of the San Antonio Zine Fest. And this is going to be tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1. A zine is a printed, self-published work with small circulation.
Nice.
I've always dreamed of doing one.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, we'd love to showcase you when you're ready to showcase it, Hot Mustard, because I think you'd get a big drawing and you'd get a big crowd to want to see what you're gonna bring forward.
Yeah, and I think everybody does. No matter what you do, what your interests are.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's open into your life and your hobbies and stuff. I think would be great.
I think you're right. I think we all have that in us, right? It's just one of these things. Can you carve out some time and really do that self-reflection and get in there and do that meaningful work, right? So I agree.
Yeah. So if you are interested in making your own zine, check it out. Zine Making 101 workshop. This is going to be tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1. Once again, check the newsletter for the link or head on over alamo.edu/SAC/WHM21. Go to the events page of San Antonio College website. There we go.
There it is.
Also, a discussion with Maria Hinojosa, Once I Was You. This is going to be tomorrow evening. This is going to be the conclusion for Women's History Month, 6 to 7:30. And so the Women's History Month Committee and the MOS program. She's a Mexican-American journalist who is award-winning host of Latino USA.
Very nice.
She's wrote 2 books, leader of the Futuro Media Group. Latino USA, KSYM used to carry it years ago.
Yeah.
It's the longest running Latino focused radio program in America. And she's done a great job, and we had to stop carrying it a couple of years ago. So I have a meeting later today, and hopefully we can start carrying Latino USA again.
Wow.
Soon.
That would be so cool if we could do that as part of our programming. I think our students would benefit. And having Maria, an active member of what, the programming that we do for our students would be so meaningful. So again, you said we had it, but then we lost it. It's been 2 years, or
it became exclusive to NPR for a little bit. Now I think it's up for syndication again.
Nice.
And we would love to have it here. It's about Latinos. It's great. It's a great program, and I miss hearing it on our station, and we can't hear it in San Antonio right now.
Right.
on any station. So
Right. Right.
this will be a great addition to the KSYM programming, I think.
I agree. I agree. Anything we can do to support it, we definitely want to have it.
And so once again, Once I Was You, a discussion with author Maria Hinojosa tomorrow evening. Don't want to miss this, 6 to 7:30. Check out the events page on the San Antonio College website, alamo.edu/SAC. Also, graduation deadline is approaching fast. The deadline, April 15th.
Yeah. And I'm just saying though, first of all, you've earned it, right? If you've earned it, it's time. Let's get you graduated. Let's get you that credential. Let's get you that degree, right? But also, I think I want to encourage our students to participate in our graduation ceremony. I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised, and I think it's going to be something really spectacular that will be memorable for you and your family in this community. So, hey, don't miss out. If you're eligible and you've earned it, you've worked hard for it. Let's get you graduated.
Definitely that feeling of accomplishment. It's just fantastic.
It is
one of the best feelings in the world.
It really is. And it also propels you. Once you complete something like that, it propels you. It makes that next goal, I think, even that much easier and more attainable, because you know what it takes to get it, right? You know what it takes to get that credential. And now it's just a bachelor's degree if that's what you want to do, and you can do it. And you're about 2 years away or less, right? So it's possible. It is very, very possible for anyone that really wants it.
Summer graduation is going on. It's time ticketed, so it's not open to everyone yet, but we are getting there. So you Maymester, summer session 1, summer session 2, summer courses. I was always against them.
Yeah.
I was that's what I was about. I was about that life. I was like, I will never take a summer course.
Right.
Until I did. Yeah.
And then it's changed your whole way of thinking and looking at
it.
Things.
Did because it's I always, summer for me was okay. That's the time to relax.
Yeah.
It's the time to make some money and
recharge
recharge, save that money up for the fall semester.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I did that. And then I realized on my last semesters of my bachelor's, I had to take so many summer courses so I could stay on track and graduate by the end of that year.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could have been doing this years ago.
Yeah.
And still working. 1 or 2 classes in the summer, even if you do have a full-time job, it's not that bad. And the summer flies by.
And think about it now, Hot Mustard. When you and I were doing that, we didn't have this summer momentum program where if you took 18 hours, you get a free course right this summer, or free tuition-free course. If you end up with 24 hours fall and spring, you get 2 tuition-free classes this summer. So what an incentive for our students, as you said, to be able to get ahead and not worry so much about, gosh, I'm going to have to take maybe 15 or 18 hours next fall. Actually, you can knock some of that out and still have a manageable fall and still get through it. Okay. It's just managing your academic year and spreading it out over 12 months as opposed to 9 months. Right. So it's smarter.
And my apologies. It's open to all students right now. Summer registration open to all students. That started yesterday.
Take advantage of it, because remember, we have different modalities and students are going to gravitate to their preference. And it's best that you get in there and start registering now so they can get the modality you want, whether that's face-to-face, Zoom, or internet, or hybrid. Just get in there and secure your spot.
Yep. And also what started yesterday, all adults 16 or over can get vaccinated now. So even if you do sign up for summer courses, everybody's going to be busy getting vaccinated. Nobody's going to have time to socialize. That's my thought.
Well, there's a lot of, when you go get your shot, there are a lot of folks there, but I mean, I don't know. They do a great job keeping everybody separated, but obviously this is a good sign that we were able to get there before, think about it, before May, which I thought, I just did not expect that it would be wide open for everybody. And we haven't even hit April yet,
Yeah.
So I thought that was amazing. And I think between now and the end of May, we're going to have a lot of folks vaccinated in San Antonio. And I think that's a good thing, because our numbers have been relatively low. And we want to continue that journey and continue to try to open back up and get back to work as safely as possible.
Has there been any thought to like vaccine only courses?
Vaccine only courses? What the approach?
Like if everybody, so if everybody in the class, instructor and students have all been vaccinated.
That's a great little hook there for folks that want to do that. But what we've done is we've incentivized our employees if to get vaccinated, to get a free personal day. Part-timers would get $50 extra to their checks. And we're thinking of ways to incentivize it for our students as well, right? So those discussions are happening now, but actually that would be a really cool class, a fully vaccinated face-to-face class. And based on CDC guidelines, I mean, they're not our guidelines at this point because everyone needs to wear a mask, but CDC does state, right, if you're among other people that have been fully vaccinated, you don't necessarily need to wear a mask. I mean, we're not there yet as an organization because we still require a mask, but wouldn't that be a cool concept?
Yeah. And I think, as the vaccination levels go up, those courses are going to happen naturally anyway.
Exactly.
Scholarships are still available for the 2021-2022 academic school year. Priority deadline, Monday, April 5th. That's a priority deadline.
Right.
And then you have the final deadline, which is Sunday, September 5th.
Right.
April 5th should be treated as the final deadline, in my opinion.
Early bird gets the worm, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So we have thousands of dollars between the Alamo colleges and each of the colleges to give away. And it's just one application, Hot Mustard, one that you do, and they try to match you up with the right donor or the right scholarship, right? So it's not like back in the old days where you had to write or fill out 15, 20, 30 different applications to try to get $200. This is just one application. You get it in before the deadline, and then the folks in the foundation and the colleges will begin to work to see if there's a match for you.
There you go. It's magical.
It is.
It's a magical thing.
Convenient.
Yes. All right. So don't forget, Friday to Sunday, San Antonio College is closed for the Easter holiday, Good Friday. We'll open back again Monday, April 5th. No camping at the park.
No camping.
The mayor said no yesterday. I'm sorry. Maybe next year we'll be back to normal.
I think next
camping
year
in the park.
Yeah, that's got to be fun, and that's some family tradition there too, though. So you want to be able to get back. You'll know when you're back when you're able to camp at the park.
Yeah. And I think we'll have a newfound appreciation for that and many other things.
That's right.
Yeah. But until then, we got to go. It's that time of the show.
Time.
All right.
Yeah.
Catch us here every Tuesday, 8:30 to 9, right here on the San Antonio College YouTube channel. I'm Hot Mustard. Thank you, Dr. Vela, for joining us this morning.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Hot Mustard.
And we'll see everyone next week. And have